Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagini Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So today we are going to start this short Prakarana Grantha called Dhanyaashtakam, attributed to Adi Shankaracharya. And we know quite a few Ashtakams by now. We have studied Bhavani Ashtakam, dedicated to Ma Bhavani. Then Dakshinamurti Stotram is also an Ashtakam with 2 verses as Phalashruti. Then Lingashtakam, we have not studied, but everybody is familiar, Shivalingam. And then we know Madhurashtakam, Shivashtakam, Totakashtakam, we did Totakashtakam as a tribute to Shankara himself. So Dhanyaashtakam is also an octet, 8 verses, in praise of whom? All of you. Dhanyas, who are the blessed people, the seekers, who are fortunate, who are the fulfilled jivas. See, today we see so many people we can call fortunate. Ambanis, wearing 10 crore worth watches and costumes, or Miss Universe. Are they fortunate? Yes, no doubt, they are. World champions, they are also Dhanyas. So there are many levels of Dhanya. And we see that the Bhagavad Gita and the Vedanta Shastra have a very different perspective on what is Dhanam, who is Dhani, who is successful, So there are these points of view. From the worldly point of view, one can be Dhanyaha. And from the spiritual point of view, it may be totally opposite. Yeah. So we are going to see every verse in the last line or the penultimate line. There is the word Dhanyaha. Comes from Dhanam. So what is the wealth? Who possesses and what kind of Dhanam? Who can be called a blessed, fulfilled individual is the theme of this Prakarana. Now, Shankaracharya's Prakaranas are about 45 plus Prakaranas are there. And Prakarana is a short Grantha, small work text, which will highlight some aspect of Vedanta. Yeah, in a very easy way, because for everybody accessing Upanishads, even the Bhagavad Gita may be quite challenging. Yeah, but a Prakarana, small stotram, will be quite easy to understand. And that is the objective here. And I find this Dhanyaashtakam somewhat similar to Sadhana Panchakam. Sadhana Panchakam, I hope you all remember, 5 verses and there were 40 instructions. Like climbing the steps, when we have to go to Tirumala, we have a number of steps. So to Sadhana Panchakam, we had 5 verses and I think 8 instructions per line. So 40 instructions. How to, walk this path. So similar to that, Dhanyaashtakam is going to describe who are the Dhanyas and also how to become a Dhanya. Now, what does it take to become a Dhanya? So we will start first by chanting a few shlokas so that we get familiar with the words and then begin. So the first shloka. Tat jnanam prashamakaram yadindriyanam Tat jnanam prashamakaram yadindriyanam तज्ज्ञेयं यदुपनिषत्सु निश्चितार्थम् तज्ज्ञेयं यदुपनिषत्सु निश्चितार्थम् ते धन्या भुवि परमार्थ निश्चितेहाः ते धन्या भुवि परमार्थ निश्चितेहाः शेषास्तु भ्रमनिलये परिभ्रमन्तः शेषास्तु भ्रमनिलये परिभ्रमन्तः Together. तज्ज्ञानं प्रशमकरं यदिन्द्रियाणां तज्ज्ञेयं यदुपनिषत्सु निश्चितार्थम् ते धन्या भुवि परमार्थनिश्चितेहाः शेषास्तु भ्रमनिलये परिभ्रमन्तः Second. आदौ विजित्य विषयान् मदमोहराग आदौ विजित्य विषयान् मदमोहराग द्वेषादिशत्रुगणमाहृतयोगराज्याः द्वेषादिशत्रुगणमाहृतयोगराज्याः ज्ञात्वा मतं समनुभूय परात्मविद्या ज्ञात्वा मतं समनुभूय परात्मविद्या कान्ता सुखं वनगृहे विचरन्ति धन्याः कान्ता सुखं वनगृहे विचरन्ति धन्याः Together. आदौ विजित्य विषयान् मदमोहराग द्वेषादिशत्रुगणमाहृतयोगराज्याः ज्ञात्वा मतं समनुभूय परात्मविद्या कान्ता सुखं वनगृहे विचरन्ति धन्याः Third. त्यक्त्वा गृहे रतिमधो गतिहेतुभूताम् Make that correction. Bhutam. Put an U. त्यक्त्वा गृहे रतिमधो गतिहेतुभूताम् आत्मेच्छयोपनिषदर्थरसं पिबन्तः आत्मेच्छयोपनिषदर्थरसं पिबन्तः वीतस्पृहा विषयभोगपदे विरक्ताः वीतस्पृहा विषयभोगपदे विरक्ताः धन्याश्चरन्ति विजनेषु विमुक्तसङ्गाः धन्याश्चरन्ति विजनेषु विमुक्तसङ्गाः Together. त्यक्त्वा गृहे रतिमधो गतिहेतुभूताम् आत्मेच्छयोपनिषदर्थरसं पिबन्तः वीतस्पृहा विषयभोगपदे विरक्ताः धन्याश्चरन्ति विजनेषु विमुक्तसङ्गाः Fourth. त्यक्त्वा ममाहमिति बन्धकरे पदे द्वे त्यक्त्वा ममाहमिति बन्धकरे पदे द्वे मानावमानसदृशा समदर्शिनश्च मानावमानसदृशा समदर्शिनश्च कर्तारमन्यमवगम्य तदर्पितानि कर्तारमन्यवमवगम्य तदर्पितानि कुर्वन्ति कर्म परिपाकफलानि धन्याः कुर्वन्ति कर्म परिपाकफलानि धन्याः together त्यक्त्वा ममाहमिति बन्धकरे पदे द्वे मानावमाना So we chanted the first 4 shlokas of Dhanyaashtakam. Let us see how Adi Shankaracharya unfolds, the meaning of the word Dhanya. Now, the very first word is what? Tat Jnanam. Yeah. So the first line is defining the word Jnanam or knowledge. That knowledge. Tat Jnanam Prashamakaram Yadindriyanam. Yat. Which is what? Indriyanam Prashamakaram. Yeah. So Prashamakaram, you can see a hidden verb there, sham. What does the sham dhatu mean? To quieten down. Yeah. To cease. Yeah. Shanti, shamaha, they all stem from the sham dhatu. Yeah. So shamakaram means the one that brings tranquility or peace. So that knowledge which brings tranquility for whom? Sense organs. Yeah. And indriyam is really not the physical sense organs. We know that it is a subtle faculty. It is Ishvara who is manifesting through our eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin through the blessing of Indra, Chandra, Surya, Vayu, Varuna, all these devatas. We know that from Tattva Bodha. So when these sense organs are no more turbulent and they've quietened down, how does that happen? By the blessing of which knowledge? Tat Jnanam. Tat Jnanam Prashamakaram. And pra upasarga is enhances the meaning. Prakarshena yat shamayanti. Shamakaram. Shama shanti karoti tat Jnanam. We are going to see what is that knowledge. So now that knowledge. Now we know that from the Mundaka Upanishad that there are 2 kinds of knowledge. Yeah, in the, yes, para and apara. And the Mundaka begins with this Shishya, Shaunaka approaching Angiras and asks this famous question, Kasminnu Bhagavo Vijñāte Sarvam Vijñātam Idam Bhavati. Oh Guruji, what is that one thing knowing which one will know everything? That is how the Mundaka Upanishad begins. And the Acharya answers, it is Paracha Aparacha. Yeah? And we know very well that Apara is na para. Para is superior, is the higher knowledge. And Apara is the lesser knowledge. So what is Apara? Zoom technology, language, English language, Sanskritam, Vyakaranam, accounting, driving, cooking, our DIYs, gardening. Everything very useful, worldly knowledge, which will give me a secure, comfortable, relaxed, convenient life in the world is apara vidya. Is it important? Definitely. Yeah. It is definitely very useful, very important. Yeah. To build a house and to know how to decorate it and to be able to survive in the world, we do need apara vidya. But it is necessary, but not sufficient. Yeah. And hence, Paravidya is there. So, para, how does Angiras define Paravidya to Shaunaka? Yaya tat aksharam brahma adhigamyate. That knowledge by which one gains the knowledge of Param Brahma, Param Brahma. That is, do you know who you really are? That Moksha Vidya, that Raja Vidya is Paravidya. And that is the Vidya talked about in the first line here. Tat Jnanam. And that knowledge grants the tranquility to the sense organs. Yeah. How is that? Now we know that the sense organs, Yama was telling Nachiketa and the Kathopanishad, yeah, they are as though created by, Shambhu, Swayambhu to destroy the jiva because they are constantly wanting to grasp something in the world. Eyes want to grasp forms and colors, and ears, sounds and tastes and smells and soft touch. So the mind is experiencing this Panchabhautikam world, which enters through the gateways of the five sense organs. So obviously, then there will be interpretation, receiving by the mind and issuing commands. Yeah, let's go to the shopping mall. Let's watch this on Netflix. And there'll be constant stimulation and a life of activity. Yeah. Now, if the activity is in the spirit of karma yoga, role playing, duties, no problem. We have to do it. Yeah. But here, that is not the meaning here. That which stimulates my senses, which has to be aparavidya, some pursuit of some worldly object, some finite goals will be there. That makes the sense organs turbulent. Yeah. And then the mind also becomes very, very active. So it will be actively engaged in the Purusharthas, even Dharma Purusharthas. If you do a puja, if you do a Vedic ritual, you have to organize everything. The dravyas, the homakunda, the murta, the priests, the mantras to be chanted, Naivedyam, Dakshina has to be given. How many activities are there? And they all pull the mind outwards. Outwards into the Dvaita, Buddhi and Vyavahara. But in contrast, what does Paravidya do? Turns our attention inwards towards the Advaita vision of oneness. And that is meant here that Paravidya is, Angira said, gaining that Vidya. It is as though one gains everything. Yeah. Because that is a significant one. And any amount of Aparavidya accomplishments, Miss World title, or riches, Nobel Prize, they are what? They are like the trailing zeros, which no doubt it's a great achievement. We are not undermining their achievements, It is great, but some name, some fame, some achievement, some status, some wealth, and it still comes under apara. Yeah. In fact, all this apara pursuits, Upanishad calls as avidya, Isha Upanishad. So vidya, according to the Jnanakanda and Upanishads, is only what? Moksha Purushartha. So even the pursuit of dharma is no doubt better than artha and kama. But even that punyam, we have seen on a number of occasions how it will keep us active and orbiting in samsara, looping in samsara. So it is still coming under aparavidya. Not so para. So paravidya is about karana vidya, karanam brahma. And it is about gaining knowledge of the urdhva moolam of the samsara vriksha. And anything within the samsara vriksha, any knowledge gained is karya vichara, is about the karyam. And the karyam is going to be finite in time and space. And that is the apara vidya. So apara vidya, to conclude that topic, is necessary, but it is a stepping stone. Yeah, stepping stone which has to pave the way for gaining the higher knowledge. Krishna has described in chapter 9, Raja Vidya, Raja Yoga, Pavitram idam uttamam. It is the Pavitra Vidya and it is Uttamam Vidya. In fact, this in the Puranas, no, Narada, the great Devarshi Narada, he is, approaches one of the Sanat Kumaras, the mind-born sons of Brahma, and says, I have learned so many vidyas, Bhuta Vidya, Preta Vidya, Vyakaranam, Jyotish, and all the 64 colors, everything is done. Yet, there is a feeling of want in my heart. I'm sad. How can I address this sorrow? And then Sanat Kumara gives a whole dialogue and says, the famous mantra comes here, Atmavit Shokam Tarati. No doubt you have gained all the Vidyas, no? Described in the Vedas, but not the knowledge of the self-knowledge. Atmavit Shokam Tarati. And so then he teaches him that Atma Vidya, and then Narada also becomes a free person and happy again. So that knowledge which blesses the mind with shamaha is called here as tat jnanam, prashamakaram yad indriyanam. Yeah? And, we see the indriyanam, sense organs, they are hardwired to bring in the data of Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, and Gandha. But in the Bhagavatam, I have mentioned this, that how that engagement with the sense organs can be a path to destruction. Remember the story of the 5 creatures? The moth. The moth, it is attracted by the Chakshur Indriyam. It is attracted to the flame and drops into that hot flame and perishes. Yeah? The deer is attracted by sound. The sound which the hunters are playing, and then it walks into a trap. Then the elephant in the mating season, Tvakindriyam, and it also unites with the female elephant, and that's also another trap set up for it. Yeah. Then which Indriyam is left now? Taste. No? Rasa Indriyam, the fish. The fish, mistakes that food. It's actually a bait. And then it bites at that food piece and it is caught by the fisherman. Yeah. And then smell, the bees. No? The bees are attracted by the smell of the lotus or the blue lily, I think. So there are some flowers which close by at the Sandhya Kala. And then the bee is trapped inside and perishes. So Bhagavatam says that, the sense organs, if we use them beyond an extent, then they will wear out the senses. In fact, this is what Nachiketa tells Yamadharmaraja. Yama offers all these Ihaloka offers, and Paraloka Vishayan, and says, you take any amount of enjoyments. What does Nachiketa say? Tavaiva, Tavaiva. Tava eva. You keep your Nritya Gite and your instruments, Vahanam and Vadyam. I don't want any of them because they all Jarayanti. Jarayanti means the more we use a sense organ, they are going to enjoy us. There's a Subhashitam. It says the sense organs are mocking us. It says you are not enjoying us, sense objects. We are enjoying you because the faculty will wear down more and more. And we are experiencing it. Eye strain because of too much browsing, too much listening, audios, too much traveling and wanting to experience the world is making us, is accelerating the Jara process. Yeah. So here, the first line is beautiful definition of knowledge, that knowledge which turns the mind inwards. That is the path of the renunciate, that is the Shreyo Margaha, the path of tapas and, Tyaga. Tyaga is the one which brings tranquility to the mind and sense organs. So when you say Indriyanam, we have to count how many numbers? 11. 10 Dasha Indriyanam plus mind. Because mind is also an instrument, Antakaranam. So all of them will be, peacefully abiding by this knowledge. And how? Right now, we are all doing Shravanam. So, our sense organs are relatively peaceful, are they not? I hope so. So, for 1 hour, when we do Shravanam and Mananam, we are diving into the minds of Acharya, Adi Shankaracharya, or Narayana himself during the Gita, and then that pacifies the mind. So, Satsanga is important, and which gives us this Jnanam. Then, for the second line, Tat Neyam. And that knowledge is Neyam, is Jnatavyam. Yeah, that is a kartavya. One has to gain that knowledge. Knowledge of the one that will, which is worth knowing. Yeah. And what kind of knowledge is that? Yat Upanishad so Nishchitartham. That which is the vision of Vedanta. Nishchitartham comes in the regional languages. And this is the Muhurta time for that these days, which means engagement, right? In many regional languages. So here, this person, the Dhanyas, are also engaged, but engaged with the Upanishads. Yet Upanishatsu, they are engaged with the topic or the Paramapurushartha, which is the topic of the Upanishads. So, yet Upanishatsu Nishchitartham, that jnanam is worthy of knowing, Neyam Jnatavyam. Okay. Then the third line, Te Dhanyaha Bhuvi. On this earth planet, these are the blessed ones. Yeah. So, many people will have this mistaken notion that, we will be Dhanyas, but in a Svargaloka, if we reach there, or after this life. So Adi Shankaracharya says, no, no, no. You can be the fortunate, blessed, fulfilled Dhanyas here and now, even while being embodied through the gain of this knowledge. Yeah. And so, here, we see that these Dhanyas, what do they do? Paramartha Nishchita Ihaha. Paramartha Nishchitehaha means they are in pursuit of the Param Jnanam, the knowledge of Paramartha. And Iha, here, in this world, in this body, in this life itself, they who pursue seekers of moksha, mumukshus, jnanis, they're all the real Dhanyas. Okay? Te Dhanyaha Bhuvi Paramartha Nishchite Haha. And so here we see that these Dhanyas, what are they clear about? Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. So Mithya Jnanam is very important, is necessary for daily living, to survive in the world. But then that is not the ultimate knowledge. So the Dhanyas are in pursuit of that which is beyond Mithya, which is a substratum and which lends existence to Mithya. And that is the word there, Paramartha Nishchite Haha. So this Paravidya calms down, soothes the senses and the mind. And this knowledge is revealed in the Upanishads. No? When we did Mundaka Upanishad, we saw the three meanings of Upanishad. Upa is close, Ni is definitely, and Shad, there were three meanings for the root Shad. One is Gamayati, takes you close to yourself, your true self. And then Visharana, destroys the sorrow. Then Unmulayati, and not temporarily, from the root, because Ajnanam is the cause of samsara. And so this Jnanam puts a permanent end to sorrow. So that is, that vision of the Upanishads, these Dhanyas on earth, they pursue. So the last line is, and then what about others, who are not mumukshus? Sheshaha tu brahmanilaye paribhramantaha. Sheshaha are not wise, they are otherwise. We say otherwise because they are still, roaming going round and round. Where? In the ocean of delusion, in the samsara chakram. What is the samsara chakram? Avidya, kama, karma, phalam, janma. Yeah. So, but these Dhanyas are, they are pursuing the clarity of vision, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. They are the non-demanding, non-complaining mumukshus, and who are doing the Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. And they are not the Indriya Ramas. So who are the Indriya Ramas? Who revel. Remember, Rama comes from Ram Dhatu, who revel in the Indriya Sukham, are the Indriya Ramas. So these are not the Indriya Ramas, they are the Paramanandas. No? who rejoice or revel in the Param Ananda. Yeah. So the otherwise, the Sheshaha. Now, in the Sheshaha, Shankaracharya will include even the Upasakas and even the Karmis. Yeah. Karmis means those who are dedicated to rituals. Because these rituals and upasanas, also there is a Dvaitam. Yeah. You are worshipping an Ishtadevata. Yeah. So there also there is a Dvaitam, Dvaita Bhakti there. And so Sheshaha tu Brahmaniliye Paribhramantaha. So here Adi Shankaracharya says that if the life is not utilized by approaching a guru and seeking that higher Paravidya, then it is a waste. Yeah? And the precious life is wasted. Second, let's see what the second verse says. Now, how to become a Dhanya? Now, the steps are going to be unfolded. Yeah, the steps of this, how to be a Dhanyas. Adav vijitya Vishayan Mada Moha Raga Dveshadi Shatru Ganam. We will stop there. So here the first Adav means in the beginning, initially, at the outset. Outset, what we must do to become a Dhanya? Vijitya. Vijitya means having mastered. And there's a whole list given by Shankara. Vishayan, Mada, Moha, Raga Dveshadi, Shatru, Ganam. You stop there and we will analyze that. Ganam means a host. Yeah, a group of Ganas. Na? Shatru, enemies. Then when you go from right to left, what are the enemies? Vishayan, sense objects. Mada is arrogance, the pride. Moha, delusion. Then Raga Dveshadi. Raga Dvesha we know very well. The twin currents of attraction and aversion, which Shankaracharya will always say are the malam of the mind, that which causes turbulence in the mind. Adi is etc. What will we put there? What has not already been mentioned, like Krodha, Lobha, yeah, Matsaryam. Others are all mentioned here. No? The Shad Ripus, remember, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Moha, Matsaryam. So you can put Adi Padartha, all these fill in the blanks. So Adav, in the beginning, for gaining this knowledge and to become a Dhanya, may one master and gain Shamaha and Damaha by gaining mastery of the Vishayan. No? Vishayan is what we just saw, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. The temptation, the sense objects. Do they say, come smell me? Come drink me? Does the alcohol bottle say that? Yeah, come smoke me? No, it is the mind. So how to gain the mastery of the over the Vishayans? We have to come to the Gita. Yeah. In the Gita, it is told how the wise do not revel in the pleasures. Nateshu ramate buddhaha. Vishaya vinivartante. Like that, there is one shloka. Niraharastya dehinaha raso rasavarjina rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. So supposing by tapas, I give up some desired object, mangoes, but the taste of that will remain in the mind. And so maybe 2 years from now, one begins smoking again. Yeah, then how did the tapas help me? Just temporarily. So Gita has said, param drishtva rasaha api varjitam. Yeah? So when one pursues the higher paravidya, the ultimate goal, then what will all this Vishayananda give me? I will not go for the Vishayananda. I will only go for Paramananda. That is how to master the Vishayas. Then Mada. Mada is the arrogance, manitvam, dambhitvam. Yeah. So that one can have the pride of a status, I own so much wealth and property or some qualifications, degrees, all this, that is all Mada. And then Moha. Moha is a delusion. Delusion is nothing but Adhyasa. Yeah. Mistaking one for the other is a moha. How one mistakes a snake for the rope. So similarly, if I mistake, money, comforts, conveniences can give me ultimate happiness, that is a moha, delusion right there. And my children, they are my children and they will be with me forever. They will serve me when I'm old, another moha. So there are various degrees of moha. Yeah. So that also we have to do what? Vijitya. Yeah. Then Raga Dvesha. Raga Dvesha is, how we are all looking at the world through the lens of Raga Dvesha. The lens of Raga Dvesha means I like a certain community, I don't like another community. Certain religion, there's Raga Dvesha with respect to religion, community, countries, people, colors, food items, fashions, anything you take, there will be, if there is Raga for anything in our mind, there will be a Dvesha for something else. So how to dilute and thin out the Raga Dveshas in the mind is to gain the Samatva Yoga. And that is explained in the Gita again by Karma Yoga. So when I offer in a spirit of Ishvara Arpanam, I conduct all the activities. Then I have a Samatva Bhava. Yeah? And then that is called a balanced mind. Yeah? Then Adi Padartha, the Lobha, greed, Krodha, and Matsaryam, all this, for that, we have to do what? Dosha Darshan. Chapter 2, we had that, no? Dhyayato Vishayan Punsaha Sangaste Shupajayate. So when the mind will just think of something and then it continues the ladder, then there'll be Sangha, then Trishna, then there'll be Krodha, then Misparati, there'll be, then finally Nashyati. So we have to nip it in the bud. So all this is through Satsanga, through Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasnam, and Dosha Darshanam, and Tapas, of course. No? Shamaha, Damaha, all that is not explained in detail here. Here only the main points are mentioned. So Vijitya, having mastered what? The sense objects and the Mada, Moha, Raga, Dvesha, and the Adi, all these are Shatrus, Shatru Gana. They are the host of Shatrus. Then what? Then the Dhanyas are described as Ahrita Yoga Rajyaha. Again, a samasa. Ahrita Yoga Rajyaha means the one who have entered the great grand palace of yoga, of balance and happiness and peace. There is a hidden metaphor here. The metaphor is, there are many stories of how a prince, goes in search of his beloved. Yeah, his beloved, Kanta, comes later in the 4th line. Kanta, beloved. But then on the way, he has to fight a lot of demons. Yeah, he is waylaid by a lot of demons. Then finally, he makes it to the palace and is united with the Kanta. So that is the story of the Jiva. Yeah, story of Rama separated from Sita, Paramatma, Jivatma separation, and then having conquered all these demons, Vijitya, then what? He entered the Yoga Rajyam. So the Dhanyas are the Ahrita Yoga Rajyas, described as those who have gained the kingdom of yoga, the Rama Rajyam. Then the 3rd line, Nyatva Matam. Nyatva is having understood what? Matam. Matam is the vision of the Upanishads. And that is described here as Paratma Vidya Kanta Sukha. That long word. Paratma Vidya is Paravidya. Okay. Kanta Sukham. Kanta means beloved. Yeah. Who is our beloved? Is the Kanta my youngest child? Is it my pet? Is it my spouse? Is it my friend, a dear friend? Is it my country? All of them can be Kantas. Yeah. But remember the mantra of the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Atmanastu Kamaya Sarvam Priyam Bhavati. Anyone we call Kanta is Kanta because they make me pleased and happy. Because my Atma Ananda comes out through them. So they are dear to me. But once, the situation changes, yeah, then do they still remain kantas for me? No. That's why Shankaracharya in the Bhajagovinda says, Kate kanta kaste putraha. Do vichara, who is really dear to you. So Upanishad says, the dearest in our life is our own Atma. Whatever we do in life, whoever we want to be with, whoever we take care of, definitely we take care of our people, but because, the dearest is Atma Tattva. So that is mentioned here, Kanta Sukham, the joy of the beloved. And what is the beloved? Atma Tattvam. Yeah, Atma Tattvam is the dearest companion. Okay, so such are the Dhanyas, who enjoy or revel in the Sukham of the Paravidya. And having gained that knowledge, then what? Samanubhuya. Sam is another prefix which means samyak. Anubhuya means experienced. So having experienced that Atma Ananda, reveling in that, then what do? Vanagrihe vicharanti dhanyaha. See, the first verse said Brahmanti. Yeah? Brahmanti is got a negative connotation, right? Brahmanti is meandering, going round and round, chakar. But here it is vicharanti. Vicharanti is positive. So dhanyas, they move about freely in the world. Yeah, freely, no strings attached, no hidden agenda, no complaints, demands, expectations. So vicharanti, and where vicharanti? Vanagrihe. In the forest like home. Yeah, the forest like home is, they love to be with their kanta. They're enjoying the kanta sukham, and that does not mean they are anti-social or they run away from people. No, with people or without people, they are with themselves. So there is a difference between being lonely and being alone, right? So the jnanis or the dhanyas, they are alone, no doubt, but not insecure and lonely. Yeah. So they can be in a group, but they still will be anchored and, abiding in themselves. So vanagrihe vicharanti dhanyaha. That is the first step we have covered. So such, such a jnani, the Vishayas cannot tempt them anymore. Yeah. And the knowledge has blessed them also. Okay. Let's go to the third verse now. त्यक्त्वा गृहेरपि मधो गतिहेतुभूताम् त्यक्त्वा गृहेरपि मधो गतिहेतुभूताम् आत्मेच्छयोपनिषदर्थरसं पिबन्तः वीतस्पृहा विषयभोगपदे विरक्ताः धन्याश्चरन्ति विजनेषु विमुक्तसङ्गाः. Yeah. Now, what is the next step? Adi Shankaracharya says, Tyaktva is the word here. Earlier it was Vijitya, mastery, and gaining the knowledge. Now it is some Tyaga has to be done. Yeah. And this verse is going to show us about dispassion and objectivity. So Tyaktva is giving up. What should we give up? Grihe ratim. Let's take the ratim. Rati means attachment and passion. Yeah, passion means strong attachment, right? Attachment to grihe. Now, griham, we know, is home. Yeah. Now, what does the home mean for us? A sacred space, comfort zone. Yeah. And a place where we come back from work, and want to relax. Yeah. Are we blessed to have a home, all of us? Definitely. Yeah. So that we have a roof over the head is not to be taken for granted. We all have a home, whether it is rented or independent house, wherever, it is a blessing. Here, Adi Shankaracharya says, what happens in the home? We have possessions there, we have family members, and then there is a rati. Rati means there is a strong sense of identification. I am the mother, these are my children, this belongs to me, possession. So the home ends up defining me in terms of I, me, and mine. Yeah. So then I will be extra protective, extra obsessive even of that china crockery, of the carpet, Persian carpet, and of the plants and whatever we have. And we see we'll have so many items at home. Utensils are there, slippers, covers, jewelry, books. So many things are there. And all of them put together, Shankaracharya says, will cause what? Rati. The passionate attachment version. And that is why it is said that once in a while, we must step out of our comfort zone. Why? To know whether I'm free. Whether I'm missing my green tea, or that particular my teacup also should be where it is. So that is why we have camps and in Gurukulams to see how much is the growth, how much has the Shastras gone into my mind. Am I still wondering what are my colleagues up to? What is the world up to when I'm in the Gurukulam? Yeah. So then if you're able to manage outside of your home, then you're not attached. That's a good test. Yeah. So, so people are in the homes, because the home defines our roles, our status, and there is a pride, there is a ownership. That is the main point here, ownership. Once it seems Puja Swamiji was invited to a home and a few years ago in a foreign country, I think. So when the door opened and the hostess said, Swamiji, please wait. And everybody thought some Purna Kumbham is going to come and all that. What did they do? They rolled the carpet and put it aside. It was not rolled for the guests, Swamiji is always accompanied by many people, but it was put away. So that, then she explained, Swamiji, the sun is going to shine directly on the carpet and that will wear out the color. Imagine, you are welcoming Puja Swamiji. But this means that there is a rati, there is an attachment to our possessions in the home. And even children, children, when we say my children, then I start, as a parent, I will define what they're going to study, what job they're going to do, whom they're going to get married to. These days, parents have no choice but to let go. But children in their teenagers, what do? They want to escape. They are looking overseas education because they want to find their identity. And they feel kind of stifled at home, is it not? Yeah, unless they have no choice but to stay at home. So here, so what is the remedy here? So the remedy here is, see, when we go to a hotel or when we're enjoying the privileges in a transit lounge in Dubai, do we have a sense of ownership there? You enjoy, enjoy the food, the free Wi-Fi, and the company perhaps, and some movies and this and that, and then you move on. And in a hotel room, we enjoy, relaxing, we enjoy the food, and we enjoy the utilities offered there, but we don't criticize the decor is not nice. I don't like the window size. I don't like these cupboards, they should be bigger cupboards. No. Yeah. We enjoy and stay for a night or two, hand over the keys and move on. So in our homes too, can it be like an ashram? Can it be like a, transit lounge, a hotel room where we are not bound, by either the members of the family or by the possessions? And in fact, Gita, what does it say? Navadvare pure dehi. We are all already living in a home, in a rented apartment, that is the body. And the prarabdha lifespan is the rent. So one day, everyone has to vacate this body home. What to speak about the physical home? But if I consider, if I have a strong attachment, Rati, my pet, my car, my home, that is still okay, insentient objects. But if I have a sense of ownership towards sentient people, my family, my children, then the next word, adho gati hetu bhutam. Adho gati means downfall. That becomes the downfall, the cause for the downfall for the jiva. Yeah. So the point message here is emotional independence. Yeah. Emotional independence, not getting too emotionally involved, and of course reducing the things in our home also. Yeah. If we have 2-3 sets, how long are we going to use it? After a certain age, we don't even look at them. They're all locked up. Yeah, we might as well give it away. So minimalism has been picking up, but here it is more in the mind. Yeah. So the first line is over. Tyaktva grihe ratim adhogati hetu bhutam. So the cause for the downfall is this emotional involvement. And so Shankaracharya tells, let us be objective and dispassionate. Then second line, Atma Ichchaya. Atma Ichchaya Upanishad Rasam Pibantaha. So this Jiva, now, the Dhanyas, what do? With the desire to gain Atma Jnanam, Atma Ichchaya, what do? Pibantaha. They will drink the Rasam of the Upanishad Artha. Upanishad Artha Rasam Pibantaha. They are enjoying the Rama Rasam through the Shravana Manana Nididhyasanam and the Mahavakya Vichara, because they have a longing for Atma Jnanam, to gain the self-knowledge. Then they are Vita Sprihaha. Vita Spriha, Vita means Vigata, departed. From whom the Spriha, the longing, the Trishna, the cravings have departed. They are the Vita Sprihas. Vita Sprihas, and what else? Vishaya Bhoga Pade Viraktaha. And they have turned away from the Vishayananda, from the sense pleasures. In other words, there is Vairagyam. They're enjoying the Atma Ananda, the inner, the blessing that this knowledge can give us. In fact, you may have already noticed all this. After a number of years of Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam, the mind will naturally turn inwards. We have reduced the number of outings, people invite us also. We find excuses not to attend, except if something is very, very important. Yeah, because already the mind knows, if I go there, I will lose my energy, unnecessary talk will be there, waste of money also, so let me make some excuse and talli potudran, like that. Yeah. So, which naturally happens for the Dhanyas. Yeah? So again, a word of caution that the Dhanyas are not indifferent. They're not antisocial. They're not lonely. They're not, inimical to the people. Yeah. Often it is understood like that. One question Puja Swamiji was asked, Swamiji, we have lost all our friends just because we are studying the Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads. And Swamiji said, yes, because they want to discuss the cost of Kanchipuram saris, and they want to do Karya Vichara, whereas you want to discuss some Vyakaranam topic or, the Upanishad Tattvam. So don't worry, you will make new friends. You will have friends. And it's not that we have lost them, they are still around. So everybody, has to find their way in the world. So these Dhanyas are further what? Viraktas. Viraktas are dispassionate. Yeah, they don't have the longing and craving. Then Dhanyaha Charanti. Same Charanti. Charanti is they move about freely. And how do they move about? Vimukta Sangaha. Free from Sangha. Sangha means attachment. Yeah, free from attachment. And Vijaneshu. Vijaneshu means without jana. That is, they don't want to be in the limelight and be in the publicity and be where all the the busy activities take place. They will be like the silent, unsung people. They may stay just in their humble kutia or in their room, blessing the whole world. Yeah. Ramana Maharishi just wanted pure solitude. If you read his biography, young boys would chase and put stones, and so he found some underground place to hide and do his meditation, and then stayed in this humble kutia. And then the word spreads, and then the bees come, and the flowers are blossomed, and the ashram grows about. But they don't have interest in all this. I have to build an ashram. I have to have students and devotees, and do this, do that. They are this reveling in the Atma Tattva. So that is the meaning of these Dhanyaha Charanti Vijaneshu Vimukta Sanghaha, free from attachment, and also what? They give freedom to everybody. Yeah, because they are free, they don't impose any restrictions. Why? Because there is no ownership. Yeah, there is no ownership. So why will I make a demand on anybody? Especially family members. No? Why should I demand that they should be this way, they should do this and do that? So then we find that this jnanam is a blessing. Yeah. And that is all about the third verse. Let's do one more verse. Fourth. Tyaktva mamahamiti bandhakare pade dve. त्यक्त्वा ममाहमिति बन्धकरे पदे द्वे मानावमानसदृशा समदर्शिनश्च मानावमानसदृशा समदर्शिनश्च कर्तारमन्यमवगम्य तदर्पितानि कुर्वन्ति कर्म परिपाकफलानि धन्याः. Yeah. So another point of view about the Dhanyas. Who are the Dhanyas? Tyaktva, giving up. Giving up only two things. Aham, mama. That's it. Samsara over. So the whole samsara is centered around aham. But which aham? In the anatma. I am so and so, this is my family. Yeah, I am doing such a great work. Yeah. Aham and mama. So look at the first line. Tyaktva mama aham iti bandhakare pade dve. So two padams. Padams means words. There are these two words, very simple, harmless looking words, but they constitute the entire samsara. Dve pade, and they are what? Bandhakare. Bandhakare means bandhanam karoti. They entangle us. They cause the bondage. Yeah, they bind us. Manushyanam. So the two binding words are aham, I or me, and mama is mine. So first of all, the adhyasa is the mistaken notion that this is me, identified with this body, this mind, this life, this sense organs. That is the first adhyasa. Then an expansion of that is mama. Once I've identified with this body, mind, then I belong to this gotra, this nakshatra, this community, this religion, this country, and then I have this family. I am the father, husband, wife, daughter, child, boss, employee, and then it further expands, and the whole samsara vriksha is there. So just these two words, Shankaracharya says, Tyaktva mama aham iti bandhakare pade dve. Yeah. Then how to tyaktva is not mentioned here, but we have seen a number of texts. By just if we continue Shravanam, Maranam, Nididhyasnam, by understanding that the Urdhva Moolam, the Jagat Karanam Brahma, by the power of Maya, has manifested this entire samsara vriksha. And then that is the Maya by which I have got this aham and mama notion. Yeah. So I have to remove the adhyasa. And adhyasa is due to ajnanam. And how will that go? Jnanam, tat jnanam. Second line. So these dhanyas, what else are they? Mana avamana sadrishaha. Very simple. Remember the Gita chapter 12, Bhakti Yoga, Tulya Ninda Stutihi Mauni. The one who's balanced in manam and apamanam. Both are the same. Samaloshtasma kanchanaha, we saw that word. A clod of earth, gold, are both same for the dhanyas. Yeah? Same means I don't value the gold more and the earth less. Both are, what does they say? Both are in the periodic table. Both are chemicals. Yeah. Samadarshina. Yes, Samadarshina. Samadarshina means the sameness of response will be there. Yeah. Both, one does not attract me, one does not repel me. Samadarshinas. Yeah. So, Samam Sarveshu Bhuteshu Tishtantam Parameshwaram. Gita. And Vidya Vinaya Sampane Brahmane Gavihastini Shuni Chaiva Shapakeja Panditaha Samadarshinaha. So they see the same Atma Tattvam or that indwelling core reality in all. The costumes are different, the packaging is different. No? And here also, in case of Mana Apamana is one pair, but there are so many pairs of Dvandvas, right? Success, failure, heat, cold. Now we are going to experience the heat. We have to be very, very Samadarshina's, all of us in Telangana. Sameness of response means I should not complain. Rather, I see it as an opportunity to develop diksha. So these dhanyas or the bhaktas, they're the same in victory, defeat, separation, union, any dvandvas you take, birth, death, heat, cold, and praise, blame. Yeah, sadhana panchakam, we have seen that. Now, why do people praise us? For some talent, but also when they're in a good mood, they will praise us. When they're not in a good mood, trolls. They'll say same different time, same person will criticize. Yeah, another person will praise. So why should we become a prey to praise and blame? Neither of them should affect me. No. The Mahatmas, even when they're garlanded or Pada Pujas, and they'll say, oh, that is the puja to the body, not to me. Yeah, to the body. Really, the garland you're putting around the Stula Shariram only, right? So, like that. And criticism. In fact, criticism can be an opportunity for growth. If somebody criticizes me, I have to thank them. It has made me become inward and introspect, and then that can trigger spiritual growth. So, Mana Avamana Sadrishaha Samadarshinaha. Then what else? Dhanyas. Kartaram Anyam Avagamya. Avagamya means having understood that who is the Karta? Not me. Anyam. Who is that Anyam? Ishvara, Bhagavan, or you can say Maya. Trigunatmik Maya. Karta ahamiti vimudhatma. In the Gita it comes. No? So the dhanyas will think what? I am a karta bhokta. And karta is something or someone else. That's why we have this mantra, Naham karta, Hari karta. Hari is the karta, I am not the karta. So what am I? I am an instrument. So these last two lines in the fourth shloka is referring to the karma yogi, who are the dhanyas. So kartaram anyam avagamya. Then if the karta is Bhagavan, then what? Tad arpitani kurvanti karma paripaka phalani. So obviously there will be a Ishwararpanam. Tad means that another karta, the one who is running the world show, that is the real karta, that is Bhagavan, that is Ishvara, and tat arpitani. I surrender all my activities unto Ishvara, tat arpitani kurvanti, and what else? Karma paripaka phalani. Also the results of the action, I do not determine them. That we already know very well. Karmanye vadikamaste. Yeah. Sarva dharman parityaja. So karma paripaka phalani means that the phalam that is ready to bear fruit. Yeah, ready and mature. That situation, that duty, that role playing, whatever I'm called upon to do, that arpitani kurvanti. So having understood that I am not the karta. That means I am not this person, this individual identified with the body, mind, sense complex. Actions will continue, and I am the Sakshi Chaitanyam. These are what? The Dhanyaha. These are the Dhanyas. So basically, Dhanyaashtakam is nothing new for us, yeah? But it beautifully unfolds the nature of Dhanyas, and which has been described, who have mastered the lower impulses and who have gained the understanding of Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya, who have given up the ownership and the sense of I, me, mine, who surrendered the actions and the fruits of actions at the altar of truth. And so they live an intelligent life of what Puja Swamiji says is Namaha. Namaha is a very beautiful word which means na me, not mine, and na mama iti namaha. This is not me, and this is not mine either. No? So by dosha darshanam, by tapas, by satsanga, by shravanam, by vichara, viveka, all this is going to be possible. And such are the really, really, fortunate, blessed, and fulfilled kritakrityas. Kritakrityas are who have done what is to be done. There is nothing more to be done by such dhanyas. No? They just rejoice and exhaust the prarabdha karmas. Okay? So we'll stop here and continue the next 4 on Friday. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.